And welcome to another Lions postgame show live from the Brass Rail, downtown Detroit, right on Woodward and Adams. This is where we do every postgame show, starting live at the 2-minute warning. So you guessed it, it is the 2-minute warning. The Lions are down by 3 right now to the Browns on the road. The Lions need to get a stop here, Anson.
How you feeling? You feeling good about this one?
I'm hopeful. I was talking to Sawyer earlier while we were eating some of that delicious Brass Rail pizza watching the third quarter. Once we scored that touchdown, I was like, I feel this now. I feel it because now the pressure is all on the Browns. And Baker Mayfield, he's injured. I like Dan Campbell's game plan so far. We've been sending a lot of pressure towards him and really just, making him feel his injury, which is what Braylon Edwards said this morning on the pregame show.
They certainly have today. He's made some tough decisions that have turned into turnovers.
Yep.
He's been on his butt a lot. He's been scrambling a lot. And this has been another ugly game, just like we saw last week. It's kind of the way that I saw it going, at least. The Browns haven't been able to really move the ball outside of running it.
Right.
Lions haven't been able to move the ball at all outside of running it. And it's just been a grind-out game here. It hasn't been exciting. Honestly, there's 3 teams on the field. There's the Browns, there's the Lions, and there's the refs. It's 17 penalties today. At one point,
that's what happens when you're reffing bad teams.
Oh, man,
bad teams, you're out of position, so you reach, you start doing things that you shouldn't do if you were being technically sound, and that's unfortunately where both these teams are at. So it's 3rd and 3 right now. 2-minute warning. Baker Mayfield's trying to quiet down the Cleveland crowd, like he's shaking his head at them like they're stupid. Sometimes I hate Baker Mayfield. Pitch outside, and it's a clear first down run for Chubb. He gets thrown out of bounds. So we have, what do we got? 2 timeouts left. So there's 1:54 left. We got to get a stop here. We're down 13-10. I do like that Dan Campbell kicked the field goal.
You do?
Late. I do.
I wanted to ask you that when I got here.
I do like it. Like this is what you do. You prolong the pressure on the opponent. That's what you have to do.
I got to disagree here. You got 77 yards of total passing offense from a pitiful Lions 4th-string quarterback. Okay, you have one play that we have moved the ball, really, and that is the Swift touchdown run.
It was great.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But aside
run.
from that, we haven't done anything. I think we've had at most 2 first downs on any drive the entire game.
Here goes Chubb outside. We were able. Missed tackle. Chubb for a 14-yard gain. Another first down. Oh man.
Yeah, they're going to salt this one away. It looks like
we got to start using our timeouts. There's 1:45 left. It looks like we're using one of our timeouts.
He went out of bounds, but still, it's a new set of downs here. And for me, the Lions' offense is so inept today that, hey, I would have ran the Wildcat all day long, like I said. But I can't, at that point, excuse that field goal. You can't move the ball. So let's say we get the ball back. We're not going to move it and get a touchdown unless you hand the ball to
DeAndre
Swift every time.
Our defense has been playing their ass off all game long, and that's another thing. That's another thing that has carried over from last week is how well the defense have played. Chubb has gotten like 150 yards on the ground. He's going to pick up a few more here on this last drive. But overall, they've done a pretty good job containing him and a pretty good job just making sure that life is hell for Baker Mayfield. And here's a look at Baker Mayfield.
This is that first pick.
Yeah.
Good old. He played very nice today.
Yeah, Mayfield, but of course we got the ball and we weren't able to do anything with it. We threw an interception right back to them with Tim Boyle's first interception.
I got a question for you. Does Jared Goff win this game?
I think we're in the same spot, right?
Right?
I
hate to say it.
Halftime last game, Jared Goff had 11 yards. This game we had 38 passing yards at halftime. That's more than 3 times improvement. I'm looking for improvement.
It's pretty bad.
It is bad.
It's pretty bad. Baker Mayfield.
What do you think, though? You think if Goff was here, playing, we'd be up like 17-13 right now?
Listen, Baker Mayfield has played hurt all day. He hasn't been terribly efficient. The run game hasn't been as good as I thought it would be against this Lions team.
Come on, Browns. Get stupid and pass it here. Get stupid. It's 1:39 left. Lions 1 timeout. 2nd and 6. No.
DeErnest Johnson.
Come on, tackle his ass. All right. So it's going to be 3rd and 2. This is it. This is pretty much the game, right? They got to get this stop on 3rd down.
They've got to.
So 1:33 left.
And then we'll be looking at a field goal, and then we'll get your wish, and we'll be looking to move the ball the entire field to try and get a touchdown, which I don't see happening from Boyle at all. He's been pretty bad today.
He has been bad, but so has Jared Goff. That's the thing. I mean, like, how much worse has he been than Jared Goff? And we're gonna show a tweet later on from Rachel Marie Sports, who does some stuff here with Woodward Sports, and she had a great tweet. Like, I would much rather see backup quality play out of my backup than backup quality play out of my starter.
Well,
I thought that was brilliant.
It's a good point. It's a sad point because I think we all, as Detroit Lion fans, understand it all too well. In a game where you've got Baker Mayfield banged up, you've got nearly all of their receiver core out. This is a game that they tried to give us. They've got 10 penalties. They've shot themselves in the foot over and over again.
Got to get this stop.
And yet we can't do anything.
Get the stop. First down.
Yeah, it looks like you got it.
That's a first down.
And there's the salt.
Oh, God.
But to me, this is a game that Jared Goff would have won. I think that he's able to get the ball down the field quite a bit more than Boyle.
Where have you seen that?
Listen, quite a bit more than Boyle. Boyle has been terrible.
Boyle could get the ball down the field. He just can't target anybody. That's the thing. The dude has a rocket for an arm. He's just 20 yards off every throw.
Yeah, there's absolutely no accuracy in his tool.
Oh, man. 1 minute left.
Whatsoever.
13-10. The Lions are going to end up losing this game unless they break a run here or something to take it to 20-10. But
that's the victory formation.
Oh, God. Oh, my gosh.
And that tie's looking pretty nice right now, isn't it?
No, I wouldn't want a tie here either. I'd want a shot to win the damn game. Like, once again, though, they didn't give up. They played tough. The defense kept them in this game. It's just the inept offense that constantly kicks them in the ass over and over and over again. Josh Reynolds making his first start today. Horrible first quarter for him. A holding penalty, a drop pass. So it's like even when we try to improve that wide receiver position, the people that come in, they're not doing a damn thing for us.
It was nice to see a guy actually.
Got a Cade Cunningham jersey over here, though.
Oh, man. It was nice to actually see a guy, over 5'11" in our receiving core. That was kind of nice. But he looked pretty bad. He wasn't that key element that we were going to insert to our offense this week. We'll see what happens if he gets Goff throwing him the ball. But it was a hard game to watch. It was a really hard game to watch, man.
Once again, I enjoyed this type. I enjoy this type of football. Keep it close. Give yourself a shot at the end. But eventually, we gotta cash in at the end. That's what's killing us. Because we've had several games like this where we're in it.
Yep.
We're competitive, and that's really all I wanted to see out of the Lions this entire season was them be competitive. Now, if you go to the big scoreboard, the one that matters, wins and losses, they have not been competitive to the slightest imagination.
Sure.
But if you watch individual games...
there's 5 games we could have won.
Yeah, to me, outside of getting blown out by Philly and, maybe the Cincinnati game, they've played okay or at least competitive.
They've been in it in the fourth quarter. And that's really all that you can ask for.
Against Cleveland, a hurt Baker Mayfield.
A mistake by the leg.
Gross.
They're still a mistake. They're not winning anything. That team is massively overrated. The Lions, like you said, they've competed with a lot of teams. For how bad we supposedly are, with how inept our personnel is and low on talent we are, we've got heart. And a lot of that comes to the coaching staff, and a lot of that does come to the personnel.
And that's what gives me hope, full.
It does,
honestly.
For the future. Absolutely. They're not going anywhere this year. They're going to get a free pass next season. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of lessons these young guys take. But they've got to learn how to win, though. That's the ultimate lesson.
I just want to celebrate one win with you. Just one win with you. Like this was when before
you didn't bring the champagne today.
No, it's over there. But,
okay.
But before the season started, we're sitting down with the kind people here at the brass rail. We're talking about, oh man, this is going to be such a fun season. When the home games were nice and the weather was nice, this place was jumping. It was packed.
Yeah.
And that's what it was supposed to be. And I was talking to Sawyer. I'm like, imagine if this team was just 7-3. How much buzz would be going on right now? We still have a good crowd. We still got people in here that are rooting for them.
We'd be going crazy.
You still hear people clapping when they score and stuff. But my God, to your point, even 500 football, this place would be insane.
Super welcome football. 500 would be.
And shout out to everybody in the chat right now on YouTube. We appreciate you. See, now Aaron agrees with you. Why didn't Campbell go for it? And to me, he didn't go for it is because he spent all those cards too early in the season. Like, he showed he was too willy-nilly, for a lack of a better term, and he was always going for it, and it caught up to him. Well, now, this is what I was talking about earlier in the season. That's why you have to play the game the right way 100% of the time.
Well,
and now that would have been a good spot to use that aggressiveness.
That's true.
But instead, it's like, oh, you're second-guessing yourself because you've done this so many times and it didn't pay off earlier.
See, I'm going to take that to another step because if you're going to use that model of offense and mentality, you have to commit to it. You have to stay committed to it. And today, like you said, was the day where he probably had the most important fourth down decision in this season.
Yeah.
And he went wussy. And he backed away from something that he's done all year. You've got a team that can't move the ball at all.
But it was smart, though. It wasn't wussy. To me, it was smart.
Was it?
To me, yeah. You go down by 3 points. Like I say, my game plan is always keep pressure on your opponent.
Sure.
And say they missed that. Okay, well, now there's less pressure, right? So you kick the field goal, which, by the way, it showed some balls going with the field goal kicker after last week. We shipped that guy out.
Yeah.
Our new guy made the field goal. So, everybody was kind of doing like a fake clap here for him that he made the damn field goal.
I was listening to it at that point. I was clapping in the car.
Right. But to me, that's the right call, and that's how you play it. Like, it's what would Belichick do? And I know we want to get away from the Patriot way, and I can get away from that, but I'm still not going to get away from playing the game cerebral, playing it smart, and playing it the right way.
Yeah, this one I got to disagree with you, man. They were so inept and so incapable of moving the ball. You got to take it at that point. If it's the first half, I get it. But at that point, I think that was a mistake. And again, you commit to the fourth down attempts all season, you got to stick with it. That's the down that you were doing it for.
No, you can't stick with it when it's proven that it doesn't work. Like, that's the thing. He's showing that he can at least learn and evolve, and I like that out of him. But I wish he wouldn't have been so aggressive early so he wouldn't be second-guessing the aggressiveness now.
He probably should have held it in his bag for 2022. Because he doesn't have the personnel to get away with fourth down attempts.
That's the thing. Like, you can be an analytics guy, but analytics doesn't always take into account what's on your roster.
Yes, that's a great point.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, in the course of the history of the NFL, this worked. Okay, but all right, but are we comparing the 89 San Francisco 49ers to the 2016 Lions? What are we doing here? Yeah. So analytics are great, but you still got they're weighted. They really are.
Yeah. It's a tough thing for a Lions team that is so bad because you want, as a coach, to play your way. And you got to get, as Dan Campbell, I would imagine he's caught, in an inner struggle all the time. It's like, do we do what I think is right? Or we do what we can do? And to a certain degree, you got to push your team and put them into somewhat uncomfortable situations so that they can grow. But this team's just not capable of handling those situations.
Let's check out some of the chat right now. People talk about 100% kick that field goal, no question. David says that. Honolulu Blue says, we've been talking about the draft since game one. Give Dan Campbell a chance with good players at first, so more draft. How about quit calling dumb screens?
Oh, man, the screens were fun last week, but it got a little diagnosable in the second half last week, and they saw it coming from a mile away every time today.
Gary Wright says Dan Campbell is a lousy play caller and coach. I mean,
jury's out.
I can't argue it, but
so far.
But I can say that I think it's too early to say that.
Yeah.
I think it's too early to say that. Biting kneecaps, by the way. MCDC stinks. We need way more pieces than Thib. Trade him for more assets.
Your boy Darius Slay with his third straight interception return for a touchdown, 3 straight weeks.
Yeah, he has more touchdowns than any Lions wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm glad we chased him out of town, huh?
Yeah, but you can't blame these guys for that.
No,
that was Fat Patricia and his homeboy.
The Fords for that because
I don't know if you can blame the Fords.
I'm sorry, but that's the one common thing in all of these losing decades, man. It's frustrating.
Tomorrow's the anniversary of when the Fords bought the team, I believe, in 1963.
Is that an anniversary? Or?
Yeah. I mean, ironically, it's the same day that JFK got shot.
Yeah, it's a pretty awful day.
Yeah. Well, here we are. So we got to break that curse eventually. Sawyer, do you have highlights, or do we just have the one DeAndre Swift highlight?
Wait. Jack Fox. Oh. Half yard kick. We got that right.
I mean, Jack Fox.
Every week we get a beautiful highlight from that man.
Yeah, but let's see DeAndre Swift. I love this play when it was happening. He makes two great cuts here. One right there and another one right there, and just completely out-angles everybody.
Can we rewind this, and can you guys watch Boyle sell this play action, or sell the play action here?
Ooh, he almost got lit up.
but I'll tell you, he really sold it there. That was probably his best play of the day.
Yeah, you could just put this on repeat since it's really the only highlight of the game.
And this is what the Lions offense should have been on repeat. The guy touched the ball 33 times last week, and what does he get? 14 carries today?
What's that? Oh, you have the second interception too, so we have that, which is nice. But let's see the Swift one more time just for fun. Because honestly, this was a great run.
How about two more times? That's all we got.
And it's crazy to me that, DeAndre Swift, what do you have, like 150 some odd yards, and our passing game had around 50. So it's so bizarre how this team is built up, because going into the season, I was assuming our defense was going to be our weak link, because last year, we were historically bad. And what did we do to address the defense, really? We drafted a couple rookies. We didn't really bring in anybody. On offense, I was like, all right.
We lost our first-round pick last year. It was addition by subtraction.
Okay. Well, yeah, we lost Okuda. Okay. But honestly, I thought the defense was going to be horrible this year compared to last year. But I thought the offense would be serviceable this year compared to last. I didn't think they'd be great, but I thought with the offensive line that we're putting together, once they're all finally here and healthy, we have something there. But it's really our defense that has carried us throughout this entire season.
It's kept us in all of these games that we shouldn't have been in. The offense, I thought, was going to be a little bit better with Jared Goff, but you're absolutely right. It's been a little bit of a reversal of fortunes for the offense and defense this year. They've had guys like Anzalone and a lot of no-name guys making plays.
Zawerke had a nice game.
Yep.
I like these guys, and they seem like they're having fun. And defense is the one thing where attitude and effort really pays off, and that's why when you have a coach like Dan Campbell, your defense is attitude-based. It's effort-based. It's like that in every sport. They say that especially about basketball. Like, you don't have to be a good player. You just have to give max effort all the time on the defensive end, and you'll be a solid defender. So I'm honestly pleasantly surprised with how our defense has done this season.
I've been very surprised. Today I was surprised. I thought that they were going to run all over us. Last week, I thought they were going to run all over us. So they've definitely adjusted as the season's gone on and gotten better, in fact.
Right.
It's just this offense, and I touched on it many times. When you keep an offense on the field over a game after game,
right,
and you can't give them any help in terms of time of possession, eventually they're going to fold. You can't play that way for 60 minutes week after week after week.
Right.
Just not possible.
People are asking in the chat what we think about our draft pick this year and how you think we should spend it. I hate that we have 7 weeks left in the season and we're already pumped ourselves up for the draft.
Somebody tweeted already. We've been talking about this since we won.
Yeah, that's the Lions Super Bowl. That's what we wait for every year. But Thibodeau is the hot pick. That's what everybody's talking about. We need Thibodeau. We need Thibodeau. We need Thibodeau. But honestly, I'm kind of at a loss. Where do you go? Do you take a wide receiver route?
No, you have to have a name and a guy on defense, and we don't have anybody. We've got some disruptors and some decent coverage guys, and some heady linebackers, I guess. But in terms of that guy that the offense has to scheme for, we don't have it, and we haven't for some time. He's a guy that would come in and immediately push us on the edge to being a really strong defense, I think.
What up, Ponytail?
There he is.
You know what's up? I see that, but where do we solve our offensive woes? Where do we get this high-end wide receiver? Because that's, honestly, if you look at the offense, it should be good. It doesn't make sense. Solid offensive line, good running back, premier tight end. All you're missing is a wide receiver, right?
Yeah,
in theory.
And this is a deep class.
And a quarterback.
Yeah, of course. So this is a deep class. I don't think that you have to reach with either of your first-round picks. I think that the Lions can go in with their second and third and swoop up a few talented wide receivers. And then we've got to address it in the free agency. Mainly, in my opinion, because you can't put a team together of all draft picks and youngsters when you haven't already figured out how to win.
Right.
They've got to bring in some veteran leadership in the wide receiver corps. That's a must, in my opinion. So I think that'll
pull up who's going to be a free agent next year, because I want to see this list of who's going to be an NFL free agent next year, because the Lions do have cap space next year. That is the one thing that you can look forward to, is that we have some money to spend next year. The only thing is, and we brought this up in the pregame show, is Detroit a desirable destination for a free agent to come to? And hopefully the culture and the way the guys talk about the team to their friends and throughout the league is showing people that, hey, you can come to Detroit and you can do this.
Well, Chris Godwin is at the top of my list.
Allen Robinson?
Your boy Allen Robinson. And then Devontae Adams as well. I would imagine he's going to be on the move, since Aaron Rodgers will also be on the move. You got Juju Smith-Schuster, who I actually really like as a subtle signing. He's not going to get the money he would have a few years ago, but he's already shown he can be a top 5 receiver in the league. Juju Smith, A.J. Green, Emmanuel Sanders, lots of older guys there.
I'm targeting Allen Robinson if I'm on that list, and I know
you're targeting Allen Robinson in everything.
I know you were going to say that, but honestly, Allen Robinson has done well pretty much any location he's landed with, any quarterback he's landed with. He is a pure number one. If you gave him
he's 28,
Tom Brady,
I guess he's not as old as I kind of thought he was.
No,
in my brain.
If you gave Allen Robinson any quarterback that was decently serviceable, he would at least be your tie-over guy until, because we're not going to be good next year.
So does your boy come home?
I would love Allen Robinson to come home.
Cool.
Straight out of Pontiac. Let's go.
Yep. So I think it's more important to go and get a guy like Allen Robinson, who really is kind of the perfect fit there. He's got the athleticism and ability that he's still a flash.
Right.
But he also has that leadership and veteran understanding of the game that he can impart to our receivers, which I don't want to see us try and do through a top-name rookie. I don't want to see us put all the hopes on some wide receiver that we got in the first round,
right?
Who's still catching the ball from Jared Goff most likely. So I'd rather see them wait a couple of rounds and just load up on that offense or in the defense in the first round, and then after that we can start addressing the weapons.
Well, you mentioned a name in there too, Jared Goff. If he's not the starter by the end of this year, do you carry that contract over to next year? Because a $30 million backup quarterback hurts your team tremendously.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of options. We can take the hit, which maybe we do. Maybe taking the hit will still come out a little bit ahead, and we don't have Jared Goff throwing the ball.
Well, let's get to some of the fan reactions that we saw throughout the game on Twitter. Obviously, people love to talk about the Lions while the game is going on. This, like you said, was a tough game to watch, but at the same time, we were in it. So I will take 17 of these games every year. As long as eventually the pendulum's got to swing towards us.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a good 12 or 13 of them.
Yeah.
Just got to learn how to win. And at the end of the day, with the experience on this team, who's going to show us how to win?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Well, let's see what these tweets have to say. Here we go. I love this one. I love how the PR team is out there talking about Jack Fox. Jack Fox reaches 100th career NFL punt today. He's averaged 49 yards, gross yards, and 43.9 net yards per punt through his first 100 attempts. Both of these marks are the highest an NFL punter has ever had through 100 career punts. That's how good Jack Fox is, ladies and gentlemen.
He's pretty damn good.
Jack Fox is damn good. And then our boy Isaac, I would like to see 3 trick plays in a row from the Lions here. If nothing else, I want to be entertained. I don't even care if it works. Double reverse pass to eligible tackle Penei Sewell. LFG.
Love it.
Yeah, and I love that creativity.
Oh,
this
man.
one had me rolling, praying for a miracle in Cleveland. And they dressed up Mother Mary with the rosary, put a hat on her, and put... Darius Slay has more touchdowns than any Lions running back or receiver, which isn't true because DeAndre Swift... But I get what you're saying there. Definitely more than the receivers. Isn't that scary?
That's a really ugly stat. When you're dropping that stat right after the only thing the Lions have to tweet about is their punter, it's a long season.
And then the Lions always play against the team and the referees.
Well,
you mentioned that.
They had more penalties than we did today. The refs were whistle happy for sure. Both teams shot themselves in the foot. This game was not decided by the referees at all.
Right.
At all.
And then Corey, our boy Corey, said, well, Lions fans, you asked to see what a backup looks like, and here it is. And just so we're clear, David Blau isn't much better.
Blah, how you like me now?
Yeah, poor David Blau.
I thought we were going to get a view. And we're going to get a peek at him today.
And then here we go, Rachel Marie Sports. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Backup quality play by a backup quarterback still feels better to watch than backup quality play from your starter, in my opinion. And I love Rachel for that.
I don't think that's opinion. I think that's pretty much fact.
And then our boy Evan Foxy, last week at halftime, Jared Goff had 11 passing yards. This week at half, Tim Boyle, TB12, as he's known, 39 passing yards. The Lions are hilarious, but like I said, that's improvement, baby. Oh no. No, I mean, have you seen what Stafford's done the past 2 weeks? Have you seen? Listen, I got 12 years of that. Don't bring that to me. If Stafford's playing for this team right now, we have maybe 3 or 4 wins, and we're still not doing a damn thing.
I mean, I'll second that. I don't think that he'd be doing – we wouldn't be making the playoffs or anything like that.
Right. Damn it. Damn you, Sawyer, for slipping that one in. I did not send that one to you, Sawyer. Who sent that to you? Oh, you found it? Oh, okay.
Longingly.
Made it, you
Longingly.
So we are live at the Brass Rail. This is where we do every post-game, home or away. And we're going to be back here on Thursday for the big Thanksgiving Day game. I mean, let's start looking ahead to that game. Yeah,
I'd rather not talk about this game much anymore.
I mean, there really wasn't much to talk about. We had 1 touchdown. We were within a field goal. Sloppy game. No passing. Lots of rushing.
Yeah.
Defense played okay. And that's pretty much the story of the game.
One highlight.
Well, 3 if you count the 2 interceptions.
Well, I mean, I liked the punt. The punt to the half-yard line might have been my favorite play of the game. But
yeah, that's football, baby. That's Detroit football right there. Jack Fox. I love Jack Fox. We got to get him over here.
Our punt team is crushing.
Yeah, well, when you get so much practice, you should be. I mean, when you're punting 87 times a day and setting league records, you definitely should be. But let's look ahead. Thursday.
The hot corner is going to be super hot.
Oh, no.
We've got the Thanksgiving Thursday game here.
Oh, boy. Ace, hook her up with the headphones, please.
Yeah, Detroit's going to be pretty wild. If there's one thing that we've realized with Thanksgiving games in the past, the Lions tend to play bigger than themselves. Not recently, not the last couple of years, but in my history.
Who's performing at halftime?
I'm not sure.
We need Nickelback back. That's what we need. So we're live at the Brass Rail, and we like to bring in people that have been watching the game and hanging out at the bar to talk to us. And we have a lovely lady. I do not love her wardrobe, but I love your appearance nonetheless. What is your name?
Kamiko.
Where are you from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
You're from Cleveland?
Yes, I'm originally born and raised.
So what you doing in Detroit?
Just something different.
Okay.
Something different.
You just came here for the weekend?
Yes, I did.
Just to watch the game?
Just to watch the game.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
So you're happy?
I want to represent.
Are you happy with the results from today?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Are you worried about Baker Mayfield?
I hate Baker.
Yes.
Why is that?
I don't want to say too much because I'm from Cleveland, but I feel like, I don't know.
Too cocky for you?
Way too cocky.
Okay.
For no reason.
Yeah, right. He hasn't done much yet.
Never.
Right.
Not since that Heisman Trophy.
Never.
He did plant a flag into turf, and that did not work for him, which I always thought was funny. I'm still baffled by the fact that you drove. There was a home game in Cleveland, and you drove here to watch the game here.
Well, I live in Toledo, Ohio.
Okay.
I live in Toledo, but I'm born and raised in Cleveland.
Okay.
But yeah, so we just want to do something different.
Is it your first Lions game?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
How did you feel about them getting rid of Odell Beckham? Did you like Odell?
I loved Odell.
Yeah.
And I want him to go and shine. So I'm so happy where he's at now with the Rams. I wanted him to go somewhere and shine. So hopefully he goes and get all the recognition because he's a good player.
Yeah.
He's a great player.
But he's proven to be a problem in the clubhouse for 2 teams now.
Yeah, but not for the Browns. I don't think he was.
Baker's more of the problem for the Browns.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean,
exactly.
I've seen Odell get pushed out of 2 different situations, and despite his talent. Mm-hmm. And I mean, ultimately, the Browns made the choice. Who they liked better.
Right.
But now, how do you like Baker Mayfield's ability to lead your team to a championship this year?
I don't think he will.
No.
I don't think he can ever lead anybody to a championship. I just don't.
I'm with you. This guy's been trying to trade me Baker Mayfield in our Dynasty League all year long, and I keep telling him how trash.
So realistically, the 3 of us all
Baker
agree
Mayfield
on Baker.
is trash.
Exactly.
Nobody wants him.
And I would never downplay him because he is for our team.
Right.
But he would never lead us to
So you don't want him to sign that contract he's looking at?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
That extension, I think, is going to happen.
Not at all.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. The only thing I like about Baker Mayfield is his commercials. His commercials are funny. You don't like? She
okay.
does not like those commercials.
They are funny, but you're doing the mostest. Like, you should be focusing that on the field.
Right.
But yeah, no, they are funny. I will get that. They are funny.
I got a hard question for a Browns fan. Who's winning a Super Bowl first, the Browns or the Lions?
Ooh.
The Browns. What? The Browns.
When did you guys win one last?
No, I'm not trying to hear that. It don't matter.
The Browns are the only team in the NFL we can talk shit to.
Last year we got gypped. Okay, so last year we got gypped.
The playoffs.
We got gypped. Exactly. We got gypped.
I'm a closet Browns fan, but both of our franchises have had a rough run for a long time.
We both hold the record for having winless seasons, so our bond is there.
Yes.
And you know what you see a lot out of Lions and Browns fans is the passion. It's the passion that'll make you drive up to Detroit to see a game like this. And despite the losing seasons that we both have in our past, we still wear our brown and our Honolulu blue.
Hands down.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Well, thank you for joining us at the Brass Rail.
Thank you.
I'm happy you won. I'm trying.
We're worried about our draft pick over here. We don't want wins.
I'm trying.
Thank you for inviting me. I had a great time.
Enjoy your time in Detroit.
You're welcome. Drive safe.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so we're live at the Brass Rail. This is where we do every post game for the Lions right here on Woodward Sports. And it's always fun to talk to people that are here and, just get different experiences. And, sometimes we have a rough time getting Lions fans on here. We always get the away fans because there's always a couple away fans in here. But getting a Lions fan to come over here and talk is tough right now.
I'm having a hard time doing the show. I mean, honestly, I'm watching the game.
Why? It's the same show that we've done for 9 weeks. Well, that sucked. We'll try again next week.
I thought we were winning this game. I thought we were going to win this game all week long. As the game was progressing through the first half, it just felt like a Lions loss. I got a little excited when I saw you, and I got a little excited when we got the touchdown. But
I'll always give you that taste of positivity because when they scored that touchdown to take it to 7-13, I was like, okay, we got this. I think the Lions can win this game. And they could have won this game.
They certainly could have, especially if they'd have gone for it on that fourth down.
Yeah, I mean, that's debatable. It's debatable.
I was
really
kind of surprised that they trusted the guy to kick the 44-yarder.
So was I. But you know what? It's also a Dan Campbell get-out-of-jail-free card. Like, hey, I did the right thing. That guy screwed up again.
So that's one question I guess he doesn't have to answer today is, should you have gone for it or should you not have gone for it on fourth down? But I don't know, man. This was a really hard one to watch. It's a hard one to talk about, and I don't blame Lions fans, man.
Right.
When you're watching them walk out of the stadium or whether you're watching them here at the Brass Rail, people are down. People are bummed about this team. I think people all like our new coach, and we want to see a W there. The tie wasn't quite enough, was it?
The what?
The tie wasn't quite enough, was it?
God, no. No, the tie was not enough. Hey, have a good one. She's taking a roadie with her, too. She's ready to party.
Two roadies.
I love it.
That's going Detroit style.
That's the best thing to come out of COVID, by the way, is that we can take drinks on the road now here in Detroit.
Yep, no doubt.
That's amazing. Except when you get on one of them bird scooters.
I don't drink. I kind of knew that was a law, but that's a law in Detroit now, huh?
Yeah, they cleared it for a little bit, then they've just never gone back to reinstilling it.
I want to say Ferndale did that, and a couple other townships, but
that's the way it should be, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. But it is cool down here seeing that. I want to talk more about Thursday before we get into too much else. I'm super excited about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You think this is a winnable game?
Yeah, I do, but I also think it's a game that Justin Fields has his coming out party and throws for 7 touchdowns. Like, that's, we've seen that script before. And he's already whooped our ass once this year, so he's getting his second look at us. I mean, I don't know. I hate the Bears.
You were so confident about this Bears game earlier in the season.
I think we can win. I do, but the Lions fan in me is always well aware of a new guy getting his first look on a big stage.
All right,
and against us, we've seen this play out before.
Yep. If those last 2 games are home, do we win?
The last 2 that we just played?
Last week?
Maybe.
Does that translate into a win for us next week? Because that's what I'm seeing, man.
What did the Bears do today? I know Allen Robinson didn't play, and I know Cole Kmet didn't do a damn thing. What did the Bears do today?
The Bears, it looks like, might have won 13-9. Let me update this.
God, so their offense is just as dreadful as
Well,
ours.
and they got Lamar Jackson-less Raven team. Ravens did come back and win 16-13, got the final score.
Okay.
Final touchdown there, it looks like.
So the Bears aren't coming on like on a good high or anything like that. You know, Khalil Mack's out for the year. It's really predicated on our offense. I'm not worried about our defense anymore. I'm really not. Our defense is going to be what it is every single week. They've shown that they're going to show up and show out.
The defense is going to keep us in the game.
Yes.
That's proven.
Can the offense keep up the pace with the Bears?
Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this. We need Jared Goff back.
Okay. And what does
Can you
that do
disagree?
for us? Yes, I can disagree.
Okay, I mean,
I can totally disagree. But honestly,
77 yards and 2 interceptions today. Jared Goff isn't that bad.
Okay.
That's fair. I hope that's fair.
I wish I had like an arsenal to come back and say, no, he's not. Like, this is all that he's done for us.
But
he's
Jared Goff
done
can
that.
get us 150 yards passing.
I think so.
Okay.
I think
Does
so.
150 yards passing win this game today?
I don't know.
Pretty close. I mean, it at least puts us in the, the conversation of being able to win. We almost had a chance to win it here.
Right.
We get a stop there. Who knows what happens? But I think that Jared Goff, by far, after seeing what happened today, is our best chance to get a win. I really like this game as our best chance to get a win for the rest of the season. The Lions could improve, but it's not enough to do anything aside from beat the Bears at home on Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah, people are talking about Dalton starting that game as well because he came in at the end of the Ravens game. But once again, that's the whole nother Lions PTSD in me is that, oh gosh, a guy like Andy Dalton's going to come in. Like Mitch Trubisky owned us. For some unknown reason, Mitch Trubisky owned the Lions. So anytime I see that stupid-looking C on a helmet, doesn't matter who their quarterback is, they're going to show up. Like Rex Grossman lit us up. Andy Dalton's going to light us up. Justin Fields.
Our last win was last year against these guys, though.
Let's get another one.
Please.
Like all Thanksgiving, like how lovely would that be? There's going to be a nice parade down Woodward.
Something to be thankful for.
The trees all lit up now. Everybody, It gets dark at 2 p.m. So by the time the game's let out, we can all be in the dark partying. Like it'd be fun.
Yeah, that's a great take on that. I think that Detroit's going to celebrate a win next week. I'm going on record.
Okay.
I think it's going to happen. There's something special about Lions Thanksgiving. And we have not had that Lions magic for a few years, which we kind of grew up with. It was a lot of Lions games. I remember one specifically against the 49ers that we won that we had no business winning. I think that the vibe in Detroit's gonna bring us a win.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Listen, we need a win. We need to get that monkey off our back. I don't care how it comes, where it comes, when it comes. Braylon brought up a point this morning. If the Lions do get a win, it's going to be a blowout.
Oh, I would love that. That's a great call.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Like, what is the last time you've been able to like kick back at halftime and be like, oh, the Lions got this game? When has that happened?
Decade, man.
Right. I honestly, I can't remember the last game I was like, oh, we whooping on these. Well, I think it was like that game we put up 45 points against the Bears in the second half, and that was when Javid Best was playing. That's the last game I remember being comfortable in the third quarter.
Long time ago.
Yeah, well, here we are.
Yeah, they were breaking down some of the stats and things that the Lions haven't done since, and it's just item after item after item after item that hasn't been done for 8-9 years, and it's tough to watch, man. It's really
the Chiefs
tough
are
to
so
watch.
good. Sorry to get distracted by the Chiefs, but
Well,
they just ran a play.
I'm
They just ran a
distracted
play
by this hamburger here that this guy just brought over. Man, the brass rail food's good.
They just ran a play where Patrick Mahomes was lined up as the H-back, and Travis Kelce was the quarterback.
Oh, is that how he got in?
Oh, my God.
I'll take it.
Unbelievable. But, like, where is that creativity in our playbook? That's what I need. That's what I want. That's what I'm craving out of Dan Campbell. We saw it all saw it all against the Rams.
Well, we
went nuts against the Rams.
We saw it against the Rams. I thought we saw quite a bit of it last week as well, but then we went overboard. And then the second half, the plays that were working, we continue to stick with. And when it's a gimmick, it works maybe twice,
right,
but not all game long. They went back to the same thing today. It was just run, short passes, and way too many screens. They ran the ball 14 times with Swift after 33 times last week. Find a mistake there?
A little bit.
Very
and he was
much so.
working. He was working today, too.
He's the only offensive weapon
but
that
with
we have.
that being said,
best.
you need the pass to, you need to complement it. You cannot just be one thing in the NFL. You need to be able to play action pass off your run, and, all these things play into each other, and that's why some teams are so damn good because they keep you guessing. With the Lions, it's like, all right, this is a run-first team.
Yeah.
We don't even have to put a safety deep against these guys. We could put 10 in the box, and we'll be good. So hopefully the Lions get that straightened out before Thursday.
That's what I've seen every week. That's a good point that you made. Teams are picking apart our inabilities. And the few things that we were doing pretty well have been taken away from us.
Right.
The only thing that is successful, or that is consistent on this team at this point, is Swift.
Yep. Yep.
And they're getting all of these unathletic, fifth string guys the ball on screen passes. I don't get that. For 3 weeks straight, I just don't get it. The play calling was pretty poor today. It was absolutely uninspired and non-creative. So that's something that you got to kind of point the finger at Dan Campbell. Like you mentioned, in the Rams game, we saw a really creative offense. And then last week, we saw an offense that was committed, and they committed to the run game, and it worked. Got us the tie. But today, there was no rhyme or reason. They looked completely lost under.
But it was a moral victory, Anson.
There was no moral victories today, bro. None at all.
No, none to be seen today. Well, we will see you Thursday. Not even next, just Thursday. A quick turnaround. We'll be back down here at the Brass Rail. So if you're like me and your family during Thanksgiving is yelling at you, why are you watching this team? Why are you doing this? Come on down to the Brass Rail. I won't yell at you about why you're watching the game. I understand. Because I'm one of you. We watch these games beginning to end. We take the kicks in the dick every single week because we're Lions fans.
My mom still gets mad at me for watching it.
Yeah, why? They know it's coming. They know
my job now, Mom.
Right, there you go. Sorry, Mom. No, I love Thanksgiving. It's such a good time, especially down here in Detroit. And home games here at the Brass Rail are absolutely next level.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something to do next Thursday, make sure you come down here, watch the game with us, have some pizza. I'm sure they'll have some turkey specials at some point. Have a couple drinks, and just enjoy your time because Thursday we're going to get that win, right, Anson?
I think so, and it's going to be a great time. Detroit's always a good time for the Thanksgiving Day game. However, this hot corner down here has really developed into a great spot. And I've been looking forward to the next home game because we haven't had one for 2 straight weeks.
3?
3, you're right.
Yeah, because of the bye week.
Yep, and so it's going to get loose down here. I think, regardless whether we win or not, it's going to be wild. But I do think we're getting a dub. Thanksgiving Day.
You will see some awful dancing from me if we get the dub. It's going to be I don't think anybody understands the scene that's going to happen when we finally get this win.
I feel like you're a good dancer.
Yeah, okay.
No.
I'm glad you think so.
I'm going to be
flipping tables. I'm going to be ripping off my shirt. I'm going to be running up and down Woodward naked when we finally get this first win. For you, Dan Campbell. I'm going to do it for you.
So can we get this football tossed down Woodward? Because you were telling me you can throw the ball over 50 yards.
I can throw the ball over 50 yards.
I want to see this.
I'll bring the football Thursday.
Let's do that.
I can bring the football Thursday.
Turkey toss.
I'll show you, man. So we will see you Thursday from the Brass Rail. Make sure you stop down here, get some pizza anytime. Whether we're here or not, it's a great place to watch the Red Wings. It's a great place to watch the Pistons. Lions, of course, the Tigers when the Tigers are in season. But the Brass Rail, downtown, the place to be. My name is Stick. That is Anson. We got to thank Sawyer for making sure everything looks and sounds good.
Always does.
We are out of here. We will see you on Thursday for the Lions' first victory of the season.